Hello, everyone. Welcome to Classroom Management for Littles. I'm Darlene Abbott, the music mom, and I'm going to be sharing with you today some transition songs. Transitions are my favorite. One of the first clues to classroom management is transitions. Doesn't have to be a song or a chant always to get children in line or to sit down. It can be a movement or a sound or an area where activity begins. But just as these transitions serve a real purpose, the key to understanding any transition lies in the art of anticipation, where the kids don't know what's coming. Anticipation is best served by having a lesson plan. And with a lesson plan in place, transitions will be easy to put in place. So let's get started. Today we're going to look at 4 types of transitions. We're going to look at greetings, call and response, chanting or singing instructions, and then some fun songs. And I'm going to explain to you how I use each of those. So the first one is greetings. A greeting can be a poem or a song or even a fun chant. It can also be a routine, like putting on a hat. Whatever it is, make sure that you're consistent so that children recognize when your time together begins. I had a place in the room where I would go to begin large group times. So if they were working in centers or anything like that, it worked for them to come in and do that. Or if I had an activity they needed to do on their clipboards where they would write, we could take care of that. But when I went over to my chair, specifically on the singing circle, they knew that it was time to finish up with what they were doing without me having to yell, "Okay, everyone, come join." No, I didn't have to do that. I would simply say, "Let's begin," and they would come. So be consistent and you will train your kids and when your time together begins. One of my favorite songs, I'm just going to pause right here and tell you guys that my daughter got married last weekend, and so my voice is a little worn out, and so my higher register has simply not been there today, and I'm going to apologize for that up front. Here we go. So with the hello song, okay, a lot of times I wave at them and I will sing, "Hello, hello, this is how we sing hello. Hello, hello, sing hello." Or you can replace other movements with the word sing, okay? So you could say wave hello. You saw how I was waving my hand back and forth. You could do this is how we clap hello, and you could clap. Or you could tap hello, or jump hello, or march hello. You can do any of those. So you can change up your movements, or you can ask for their favorite movements. Another one of my favorite ones is Come and Sing. Come and Sing is a piggyback song on Three Blind Mice, but you will repeat every phrase that I sing, and it goes like this. Come and sing, come and sing, sing with me, sing with me. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm so glad you're here today. Come and sing. Come and sing. So you can see how you repeat everything that I say there. And this is encouraging them to come as I'm also singing hello, because I'm saying, I'm so glad you're here today. So I'm welcoming them as I'm singing that, okay? Another one is called On the Floor, okay? This one goes like this. In the circle, let's explore. Find your spot on the floor. Okay, so you have other words too. You have other verses that can help. This one also says high and low, tap, tap, tap. Hear my rhyme, tap, tap, tap. Stand and go, tap, 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 to table time or to class time. However you need to transition them with that song. But greetings, again, can easily be a song. When I do choose a song, I use it at least a month. I use it at least a month and seeing them coming before I introduce something new. And if it's younger kids, like 3 or 4, I might even use it as much as 5 or 6 weeks before I change my hello song or a transition song. So just to give you that clue. Now the next song that I want to talk to you about is Call and Response. These types of transitions usually mean that I am going to give some type of a call where I'm expecting some type of response from the kids. Now, I'm going to show you that this is Mr. Microphone. You know, we've all had a bad year, and I got to be honest with you, I don't think I realized until I pulled Mr. Microphone out that he has had so much of his glitter knocked off, so he will be getting a makeover before school starts again in the fall. But this is Mr. Microphone. He's usually very sparkly, but I think this past COVID year has knocked a lot of sparkle off of many of us. With Mr. Microphone, I simply am going to sing into the microphone and have you all respond as a group. Okay, so we're going to try this together, okay? Hello, hello, good day, good day. I'm so glad you're here. Hello, hello, good day, good day. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. So you can see that it's just the act of responding with me holding out my microphone. Now, let's just stop right here. Have a little clarification, okay? Everybody raise your right hand. Yeah, go ahead. Right where you are, in your, on your couch, in your classroom, in your office, wherever you are, raise your right hand and say, I will never relinquish control of the microphone. That's just free piece of sanity from me to you. All right. So the microphone can also help me learn names, rhythms, pitch, diction. We're going to go over all of that. One of my favorites is flippity, dippity, fluttery, flee. Will you say your name for me? And then I hold the microphone over for a child to respond. Flippity, dippity, fluttery, flee. Please say your name for me. And then allow them to respond. I will go all the way around. Now, something important about having a child respond individually to Mr. Microphone. I never pause very long. If they don't say their name, it could be that they're wanting attention, which means the last thing that I need to do is give them attention. However, it could be that they're a truly shy child. And if they're truly shy, then the last thing they need is attention. So 9 times out of 10, I will say, will you say your name for me? And I pause. I usually count in my head 1, 2, 3. And if they don't respond, I simply say, practice for next time, and wink at them and then move on to the next child. I've got to be honest with you, in all of my years in teaching preschool, I can only count a handful of times I've had a child get upset because I didn't wait long enough. It just is not something that happens on a regular basis. So the 1, 2, 3, as a general rule, definitely works. Okay? Now, another thing that I like to do is sometimes I may be working on rhythms, just them repeating rhythms so I can see how their speaking steady beat is. I may be working on vocal exploration, so playing with their voices going up and down, sometimes by itself or while we're doing a rhythm. Sometimes I'm wanting individual response and sometimes I'm wanting group response. Usually when I want group response, I do both hands out like this, and that way the kids know I'm expecting all of them to respond. So I might say something like, say your name, and when you do, I will say it back to you. Elliot. Hello, Elliot. Say your name, and when you do, I will say it back to you. Hannah. Hello, Hannah. Okay, and so I'm just going through and getting them to respond. This really helps because then I can go ba, 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 and they respond ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Whatever rhythm that you are working on, just having a little fun with them, okay? They don't have to be able to read a rhythm to be able to repeat a rhythm. So just have fun with some rhythms and see what they can do. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. So you see how we can play with that. And I can, again, do it individually or I can do it as a group. Another thing that I can accomplish with that is if we are working on a song, say we are going to do a program where we're going to share with our parents, we are working on a song and it's a little wordy, or maybe some of the words are hard to pronounce, that's a really good way for me to check how they are saying it. So just play around with rhythm, pitch, and diction you can clarify that with Mr. Microphone a lot, and that is call and response. Now, for singing instructions and singing or chanting instructions, this is a wonderful way to keep the talking to a minimum. Typically, we want to say, it is our nature, and when I've observed other teachers, sometimes this is what I see. Now we are going to sing a sit-down song, and then we're all going to sit down, and then I'm going to pass out. No, they don't need all that. Sometimes I think that kids, they get that, you can see it when it happens. They get this glazed look over their face. And I feel like they're listening to all of my words, and all they're hearing is kind of like the Peanuts mom. Wah, 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 wah. That's all that they're hearing. So you don't need to say all of those instructions. Just sing the instruction. Come on, everybody, let's stand up. Come on, everybody, let's hip hop. Come on, everybody, let's have some fun. Come on, everybody, let's stand up. Come on, everybody, let's stand up. And what we do is that thud you heard was me hitting on my desk, but that's where we stomp on the floor with our foot. And I only have to sing that a couple of times before the kids get it really well. And that works as getting them to stand up, and then I can move on into my next activity. Now, here is a chant that I have used for a very long time. I remember the day that I wrote it, getting ready for school, and a teacher friend said, I need a transition song that does this. And so this is what I came up with, and I've used it forever. So I will have these words written out on the handout for you. So don't worry about trying to pause and write it down. I promise it will be in the handout, okay? It's called Hands to the Side. So this one goes, hands to the side, hands go way out, hands in the air, hands on your tummy, hands in your hair, hands over eyes, looking all around, hands on your knees, now please sit down. Again, hands to the side, hands in the air, hands on your tummy, hands in your hair, hands over eyes, looking all around, hands on your knees, now please sit down. Now, I've adapted that over the years, but sometimes I'm waiting for music to cue up so I can start it with my computer, and sometimes I just need the wiggles to be at a minimum while I'm trying to get things going. And sometimes I will do hands to the side, hands in the air, hands on your tummy, hands in your hair. Now leave them there. And that gives me just a minute to get my computer going, okay? So just have fun with your transition songs. All right, now TikTok. So here is one of my favorites. TikTok has 3 different verses, okay? It goes, tick-tock, tick-tock, let's have fun. I'll pass the box and you take one. Tick-tock, tick-tock, let's have fun. I'll pass the box and you take one. Okay, and so this is while I'm passing around the box of bells or rhythm sticks or scarves or whatever it is that I'm trying to distribute to my class. One of the reasons I love this song is because I can also collect those things with the same song. Tick-tock, tick-tock, says the clock. Place your scarves in the box. Tick-tock, tick-tock, says the clock. Place your scarves in the box. Place your bells in the box. Place your rhythm sticks in the box. It fits. You have to play around with the rhythm a little bit, but it fits, okay? There's also a third verse to TikTok that is one of my favorites, and it says, tick-tock, tick-tock, it's that time. Please stand up and get in line. So when it's at the end, I can use that. Here's the box, let's have fun. Pass it around and please take one with a hey, nonny, nonny, and a honey, how are you? These are fun things we can do. And with these transition songs, I just sing them over and over and over again until I have accomplished whatever task it is I'm trying to accomplish. If I'm giving out mallets, if I'm giving out rhythm sticks, whatever it is that I am trying to accomplish, streamers, anything, I can use these. Now, the collection verse for Here's the Box, which is a piggyback tune to This Old Man, says, here's the box, take your stuff, pass it around and fill it up with a hey, nonny, nonny, and a honey, how are you? These are fun things we can do. Now, this and that cute little song, occasionally with preschoolers, because we tend to use a lot of manipulatives with preschoolers, okay? So because we use a lot of manipulatives with them, every now and again, I will have two that kind of butt up back to back. So I will have them take the scarves, wad them up, and put them behind their back, and then I will start the box that is passing out the bells or the balls or whatever I'm trying to pass out. And I will sing this and that, taking up this and giving you that. We love things to tap and pat, taking up this and giving you that. So it accomplishes both things, taking up one thing and giving out another. So just a little bit of fun there in the music room. Fun songs can teach many things such as manners, coordination, body parts, names of places or things. And remember, even in music, we teach basic concepts such as colors and numbers. So any songs that you have, I love some of the Hap Palmer stuff that talks about numbers and colors. Love those types of things. So fun songs are also what I consider attention getters. I just want you to stop for a moment, okay? I want you to think about that one lesson plan, the one that you poured your heart and soul into, the one you were so excited to get to school and teach. You have thought about every aspect of this lesson plan, and you are ready to bestow this knowledge upon your kids. You get there and you get set up. You even got up and made breakfast early because you were so excited about teaching this lesson. And you're so prepared. You even remember to write in your transition songs. You are so excited, and you turn around and you begin to teach. And it looks like a box of worms because they are just moving all over the place. And you forgot to check that it was a full moon. That's right. It's happened to all of us. Okay? That's what these fun songs are for. Okay? When someone is getting frustrated sometimes in class, maybe they snatched a scarf away from someone else. Okay? I'm going to deal with that. I'm most definitely going to deal with that. But one of the ways that I can handle it in the moment is to start clapping. It's so fun to be together and sing. It's so fun to be together. It's so fun to be together and sing. It's so fun to be together. And then we keep on going, okay? When the time is right, I will pull that child aside and privately take care of anything that needs to be taken care of. Sometimes you just need a diffuser. Maybe they got in an argument in another class, and you can just still feel the tension when they get to music. And sometimes little fun songs like that will work. Now, another time you will be teaching, and of course you can tell like the Wiggles are just taking over. We have to remember our childhood development classes and remember that they actually have electronic pulses that are going through their muscles, and they have to move. They just have to move from time to time, and we need to allow that to be able to happen. And so when you are teaching the lesson where you've gotten it down to the 3 minutes because you know it's no more than 1 minute per year of life as far as attention span, and all of a sudden that is not working. Why is it not working? Why can't I get these kids to pay attention for a minimum of 3 minutes? Well, that's okay, because in the minimum of 3 minutes, you're going to stop. And you're just going to jump up. Ouch, this floor is hot, hot, hot. Stand up quickly in your spot. Oh, some of you were not awake. Sit down, let's try that again. Ouch, this floor is hot, hot, hot. Stand up quickly in your spot. And then from then on, it is a race to get up. And then you just start singing. This is my wiggle song. I wiggle and I can't be still. This is my wiggle song because a wiggle is what I feel. It started in my feet. How can this be? It's going to my head. It's all over me. This is my wiggle song. I wiggle and I can't be still. This is my wiggle song because a wiggle is what I feel. Because a wiggle is what I feel. As a wiggle is what I feel. And you just keep going down to the ground. And then you have a renewed attention span for at least another minute and a half. Now, whatever you do, don't start over. Just pick up where you left off. But the wiggle song is a great thing to let the wiggles out, and then you can continue teaching your lesson plan. Okay? Another fun one is March Until You Can't Hear Me. I use a drum with this one, and it is so fun. It says, march until you can't hear me. March like soldiers, lift your knees. When you hear me, keep your pace. But if I stop, stop in your place. Okay? As long as my drum is beating, you keep marching. Here we go. March until you can't hear me. March like soldiers, lift your knees. When you hear me, keep your pace. But if I stop, that's right. You stop and you freeze. That's just a fun little song. Sometimes I will do that in a whisper when we're having to line up to wait on a teacher. Maybe somebody's running a couple of minutes late. That is a good one for that. Now, there are a few others that I'm going to tell you about that are my favorites just really quickly. Catch a Bubble is one of them. I see a bubble floating south. I see a bubble floating south. Can you sit and catch that bubble in your mouth? That stops the talking, okay? That's a really fun one. There's Picking Up, which is another fun one. I have picked this song for you, 'cause picking up is what we do. All our sticks go in. Sing this song again. I have picked this song for you, 'cause picking up is what we do. All our sticks go in. Now we're at the end. Again, I just sing that first part over and over and over. And when I finally get the bucket to the last person and puts their sticks in, that's when we sing, now we're at the end. The last thing I want to talk to you about is using vocal inflections or fluctuating your voice, okay, for giving instructions. Because chants and song instructions and sounds are a wonderful way to transition to a new activity. Did you see the way that you all just leaned into your computer? Or if you were doing something else, you stopped to see what happened to the instruction? So fluctuate your voice. Get their attention with your voice. You don't have to have a lot of gimmicks. You have what you need right here. You do not have to have a transition between every song, okay? So one of the things I want you to stop and think about for just a moment, I want you to stop and think about your class time with your kids. Where is it that you feel that you lose even the tiniest bit of control? Is it going from large group to small group or large group to centers, whichever vocabulary word you prefer there? Is it standing up and sitting down? Is it distributing, teaching manipulatives or instruments or collecting them? Is that where you lose them? Where is it that you feel like you need some help, where you need some transitions, okay? Because there, on this particular album that I'm referencing, there are 52 transition songs. No one, there's not a teacher alive that needs to learn all 52 of those transition songs. But if you need stand up and sit down songs, you can choose one of each of those. And then you learn to use your stand up and sit down song. You get in the habit of it. You write it in your lesson plan. You get in the habit of knowing where to put it in the lesson. And you do just the stand up and sit down song until it feels like second nature to you. Until it feels like that you don't have to think so hard about it anymore. And then when that feels second nature, then you go back to the classroom management or transition song resource that you have chosen, and you choose a hello song or a goodbye song, or you choose a distribute and collection song. You choose where it is that you need the help. There's no need to have to redo your entire lesson plan, but we continually should be bettering ourselves as teachers and in the way that we teach. So now that we have removed that little bit of the overwhelming part of you thinking that you had to learn all of these songs, because that is not the way this is done. With transitions, you learn one or two, you get in the habit of using them, and then when those are second nature, you move on to something else. All right, so let's just talk very, very quickly. Here's a few classroom management sabotages, okay? These are the things that can get you off track before you ever walk in the door. The first one is being unprepared. Never slap anything together. Make sure that you know your lesson plan. First of all, make sure you have a lesson plan, okay? And write your transition songs in there. Where you are going to use them, write them in so that you can refer to those and remember where you decided to write them in when you were thinking through that. Another one is sabotage, is expecting too much from the age group that you teach. Know your age group, okay? Know that your 4-year-old, that there's something that happens about halfway through that year that you should be able to expect to see a changeover from them holding a crayon or a pencil like this to trying to hold it properly in their hand, okay? That is a brain development sign, basically, that we can see in our 4-year-olds. Pay attention to those things. Know the age group that you're working with. Know what you can expect from them, what you can challenge them in, and what is way too much for their age and development. Another thing that that causes me personally to lose it a lot is not waiting for quiet. If I feel like I'm needing to speak over everyone else to get their attention, that tends to never go very well. So waiting for the quiet, that was a discipline that I really had to work on in the beginning of my teaching. Read this article from Jennifer Gonzalez at Middle Web, and it is 10 ways to sabotage your classroom management. And even though she is writing as a middle school teacher, so much of it applies to us from preschool all the way up. So it's a good read, and the link will be in my handout, okay? There was a great book that I read a long time ago, and it was Florence Lettar. The book is called Silver Boxes, and she points out how important it is for us as teachers to be the encourager and to make wise use of the teachable moments that we have with our kids. And she reminds us that the child who doesn't need encouragement of some kind is rare. The shy child needs to discover his talent or ability. The outgoing child, she needs affirmation. The teacher pleaser just needs to know they're on the right track. The disruptive child is crying for attention and often angry about something that is completely out of his control. The quiet child who just takes it all in usually has wonderful insight, and he needs to know that his observations have worth. Proverbs 15:23 tells us how good is a timely word, and that proverb is very true when it comes to using our teachable moments to encourage our children, because we are a prepared teacher ready to use classroom management to make their time with us the best that it can be. So just a couple of reminders here. Every song that I used today came off of the album Songs and Chants for Antsy Pants. There will be a link on the handout if you should choose to look at that one. Some of you probably have other resources that you already have some transition songs. That is fine. If you are out of the habit of using those, I encourage you to go back and pick them up again. Those can be great resources. Quick little reminder that the Music Mom TPT store is on sale right now. West Music has partnered with the music crew this year and has given us a coupon, and it is free shipping on orders of $25 or more. It is only good through the 30th, so make sure you get your order in before then. I just want to thank you, as I know there are lots of places that you could have been today. And I really appreciate you coming to spend time with me in classroom management for littles. Have a great day, guys.